Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, everyone. Hope everybody's staying cool on these hot and humid days. Feels like mid-July and September. Doesn't really feel like fall. But, well, after all, it's still early September, but we never really even got this heat back when we should have got it over the summer months when we had all the rain, we had all the humidity, and the seasonably cool temperatures. Now we're getting it in September. Now, just like the summer, we're heading back to a wet stretch. It looks to be a pretty unsettled stretch in the coming days. And I want to take a little time here to go through this on a little weather extra for you here and a little Facebook, Twitter, YouTube update. Thanks for joining us on whatever platform you're on tonight. I appreciate that. We have a lot to talk about tonight because thunderstorms re-enter the forecast. Some of you have already had some this evening. We only had one severe thunderstorm warning, and that was up into northern parts of New Hampshire. Tomorrow, I anticipate more strong to severe thunderstorms. That will be during the afternoon and evening hours, and we're probably talking about the chance for some of those to become strong to severe or damaging winds and hail. I want to highlight late afternoon and going into the evening hours. And a lot of folks have sports, high school sports, middle school sports, whatever you have going on, club sports going on. Outdoor plans, they're a little bit in jeopardy, I think, late in the day tomorrow. So we're going to keep an eye on that. The other big story, you probably heard a little bit of a buzz. There's a major hurricane that's about 800 miles to the east of the Leeward Islands. We're talking about Major Hurricane Lee with winds sustained of 130 miles per hour. And there's some forecast model guidance that takes a storm right up into northern New England late next week. Now, I caution folks, this is 9 days away. So there is zero chance we're going to be able to nail down the track of a hurricane that's 800 miles to the east of the Leeward Islands, that far out. So something to watch. It's certainly on the table. A landfalling hurricane in northern New England is on the table in this setup. Also a out to sea setup that is the probably more likely scenario still at this point, but there is still that chance that we'll be watching this one closely for the potential for some effects here in Maine. All right, let's jump into it. I've already talked long enough here. Here is what we have out there tonight. Let's get my head out of the way there. We've had some pretty strong showers and storms through the hills and mountains. If you're watching us from Carrabassett Valley, Kingfield, almost down to the Farmington area, Rangeley Lakes region, Coos County from Errol to Lake Umbagog up into maybe Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. That's where we've had all the robust and rugged thunderstorms so far. Only one severe storm was issued, one warning, and that was up in northern Coos County. We have a lot of lightning in this cell right now, making its way now just east of Carrabassett Valley. Looks like it's over Kingfield. This will be working its way down towards Farmington, the Wilton, Jay area, perhaps. And getting a little bit closer on this cell right here, right in there. Actually, up towards Moosehead, they're getting some decent thunderstorms as well. So strong, you're in it right now. Farmington, you're up next with this one. It's probably going to go just north of you and Jay. You've seen enough rain this summer, right? That's a pretty rugged storm. There's some heavy downpours with that. And the way the atmosphere is set up, that any showers and storms get going, could get some real heavy downpours. And we'll probably have to reintroduce the potential for some flooding once again as we go into the weekend. Let's widen things out one step at a time. We have one disturbance moving through right here. There's another one that's pretty rugged looking into parts of New York. Looks like it's moving its way up into the Adirondacks over toward Poughkeepsie area. Albany region involved as well. That line should weaken a little bit overnight, but it arrives here in Maine probably be around midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. The reason I bring this up, just be mindful of that. You may wake up to a rumble of thunder, maybe a few flashes of lightning or a heavy downpour. Maybe get that downpour. You hear the pitter patter of raindrops on the air conditioner. I know that always wakes me up. But there is that potential overnight tonight. So let's take a look at the next several days here. This is not a great pattern, folks. This is a warm and humid pattern. It's not quite as hot going forward. But you see that stationary boundary? We're going to have multiple little waves, little bursts of energy along that boundary. That's basically going to keep the chance for some showers and thunderstorms every single day in the forecast into next week. So we're talking about late day showers and storms tomorrow. We're talking about showers and thunderstorms Saturday. Showers, in fact, rain and thunderstorms probably Sunday and Monday. I think our wettest day is probably Monday at this point. And the best day this weekend, Saturday, has an edge on Sunday simply because there'll be a few more on the way of some sunny breaks, I think. But this is Sunday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not looking great. I think there'll be a lot of clouds. Not a washout, though. There will be showers, probably numerous showers and thunderstorms. But it's not going to be a rain that's, we start with rain, we end with rain. It looks more showery in nature as far as the intensity goes. And that extends into early next week as well. We'll come back to our weather for tomorrow in a minute. I want to highlight what's happening first with Lee. What a beautiful looking storm, right? This is now Major Hurricane Lee. It's located, I think, about 800 miles to the east of Leeward Islands, pretty far away from the Caribbean still, but it developed an eye today. It intensified very quickly, very rapidly. We call this rapid intensification. It's up to 130 mile per hour sustained winds and gusts to 160 miles per hour. So this is a pretty robust storm here. Still very far away from any landmass and is not expected to hit the Caribbean. It's expected to miss the Virgin Islands here, the Leeward Islands, also Puerto Rico, the Dominican. This is all going to stay north of those regions there. And that's good news because it's expected to become Cat 5 either late tonight or into the day tomorrow. So Hurricane Center's forecast track, there it is. It takes it north of the Dominican, north of Puerto Rico, north of Hispaniola here. And that's to the east of the Bahamas still at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. So here we are. It's Thursday evening. We're talking about a storm that's still east of the Bahamas on Tuesday. And let's see, on Tuesday, the storm is probably, about 1,200 miles, 1,300 miles off to our south. So the reason I bring this up here, you may see some of this on social media that, everybody's trying to make worst case scenario happen for us with a landfalling hurricane here in Maine. We are due. I will say we are due, but you can find worst case scenarios really in any social media platform today. Forecast consensus right now is the storm probably misses us wide right a little bit. We could still see some effects with that sort of setup, but nobody knows for sure. It's still 9 days away at this point. And the reason I show you some of these forecast model tracks, some of these are pretty respectable tracks. Right here are 2 European model tracks. One of the European, that's the operation model, I think, in orange. The pinker one right there, I think that's one of the ensemble member tracks here. But there are a lot of forecast model tracks that take the storm out to sea. So something we'll be watching in the coming days for sure. Anything is on the table with this one, from a landfalling hurricane in Maine all the way to Newfoundland here. So anywhere from here all the way up into here. So here's the overall pattern here. And this is just one forecast model's depiction of how it goes down. And I'll show you the players that play into this here. We're probably not going to have a good idea of how this is going to go down until probably mid next week. So here we are Thursday talking about a storm that could impact northern New England. Consensus at this point keeps the storm mostly out of the ocean. One thing is we're feeling confident about, the storm is probably going to be near northern New England at the very least, giving us at least big waves. A scenario like this, taking it east of Nova Scotia, you get big waves, surfers are happy, you get rip currents. We miss worst case scenario around here. Even with this setup here, with a storm tracking over eastern Maine, probably not worst case scenario, but that would be one whopper of a storm if that happened. And that's on the table. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. Anytime from Friday of next week, we're talking a week from tomorrow, all the way into Saturday and potentially into Sunday. So that is a ways down the road at this point. Both those scenarios are on the table here. So I would just say stay tuned to the forecast. This is far from over here and something we'll be tracking for the next 9-10 days or so. In the near term, let's talk about the more significant setup for the next 24 hours. We have a thunderstorm threat tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center down in Norman, Oklahoma has placed our region in a risk for scattered severe thunderstorms. What do we mean by that? Well, damaging wind and hail, the primary threats, and we will probably see the potential for some of those strong to severe storms move in during the late day hours, late afternoon and going into the evening. Primary threats will be wind out of this one here. Notice the area in yellow right here. There's a 15% chance for damaging wind, which is pretty high, 25 miles out from any given point in that region there. So you think 15%, that's not a very big percentage, right? Well, if you consider 15% chance 25 miles out from any point within that area, the chance is a lot higher. So we're watching late afternoon and going into the evening. A lot of folks will be outdoors, and there's football games going on tomorrow, soccer games, a lot of outdoor activities. And that's something we need to keep an eye on. First round of showers and storms occurring in the mountains tonight. That's moving out by 10 p.m. This is 8 o'clock or so it's 8:09 right now. But here we are at 10. Notice the action is in northern parts of Maine. We'll get a break, and here comes that second round. That round we were just highlighting in New York over toward Poughkeepsie and the Albany area. That should weaken a little bit as it gets into Maine, but don't be surprised to wake up to a quick rumble of thunder, perhaps a few flashes of lightning here. That one hopefully will weaken there. It's pretty rugged right now. The more robust line of storms will probably be late afternoon, evening tomorrow. Any morning fog and clouds will burn off to some hazy sun once again. This is 1:30 in the afternoon. It's another warm and humid day. I don't think it's quite as hot as today. Today we hit 86 degrees again in Portland. Tomorrow we're probably low to mid 80s, somewhere in there. Inland towns will make a run at the upper 80s once again. So tomorrow the humidity remains very high. Dew points will stay in the low 70s. We hit 73 degrees for a dew point again today in Portland. Yesterday, we hit 74 for a dew point. That's breaking records for hourly dew point records for the month of September. It's pretty impressive to see that. Nobody wants the humidity, but it is sticking around for the next couple of days. And that's been a common theme. A lot of folks have been asking me, Charlie, when's the humidity moving out? Answer to that's probably Tuesday. The heat will start moving out this weekend, but the humidity stays up there even as cooler temperatures move in. All right, 1:30 in the afternoon tomorrow. Let's highlight what's happening late in the afternoon. This is the whole reason we're doing this update here today, because I think this round right here could be pretty impressive as it gets into Maine and really starts to develop. The atmosphere is going to be very, very juicy here. So really, I think southern parts of Maine stand the greatest chance for getting strong winds or damaging wind, potential for some hail mixed in, some very heavy downpours mixed in as well. And that's probably late afternoon and more so early evening. So this is about 5 p.m. or so. That line should weaken a little bit as it makes its way off to the north, but this is going to be a pretty robust line as it moves through southern and central Maine. Those of you getting storms tonight in the mountains, I think you have a lesser of a risk for strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow. So there it is. That's about 7 p.m., about 24 hours from now. And it looks like going into the weekend, we'll kind of do it again. There's more showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow's a weather-worn day for the potential for strong to severe storms. Saturday will feature more showers and thunderstorms. I don't think we're going to see much, if any, sun on Sunday or Monday, although the type of precipitation on Sunday still looks more showery on and off throughout the day. While Monday, there could be a steady period of rain that might last, 3-4 hours or so, steady rainfall. I think our steadiest and heaviest rain will probably be Monday. Now, there's only the chance for showers Tuesday, Wednesday, before some more rain moves back into the picture on Thursday. Your inland forecast, temperatures look a little bit warmer, in fact, hotter tomorrow. We should be in the upper 80s once again there for inland towns. And then the temperatures look a little more reasonable, a little more seasonable for this time of year. But again, the humidity will remain elevated as we go into and through the weekend. This is not a great pattern. I mean, for a while, it looked like we broke out of the rainy stretch, but we are back at it. It's like summer just never gave up. Heading into September, we have some more wet weather, and there's the potential for some localized flooding, especially on Sunday as well. All right, maybe I can answer some of your questions here. We're just getting to some of those. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at these just yet. I love the lightning in Auburn. Oh, see, you're already starting to see the lightning. I love it. Lightning can travel very far on a night like tonight. So let's take a look. Ooh, there's Lee, category 4, almost category 4 storm. Let's throw some lightning in right here. Hang on. We're almost there. All right, there we go. This is what we want to do. So we're talking to Cameron here, and Cameron is in Auburn. So, all right. So Cameron is looking at these storms, which are about 37 miles away. Look at that. That's awesome, huh? Those of you in Farmington, you're getting lit up right now with some showers and storms. That's a pretty rugged line right there. All right. Let's see. Nonstop lightning. All right. We're getting lightning over the lake. Thank you for the update, Cameron and Catherine. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Sharon. Thank you very much for checking in tonight. Cameron says the new studio. Oh, wow. Thanks for checking out our new studio. We got a new studio. We got a facelift. We started using it yesterday. It's nice. Everything's nice and clean in there. It's like a brand new car. It's fun. So yeah, it's very similar to our old studio. New colors, new lighting. We have some new pillar type things in there, and I don't know. I just like that it's clean. Everything's really clean in there. There's no dust bunnies or anything yet, so that'll come by winter, though, I'm sure. Is the hurricane going to hit? I don't know, Sydney. That is a possibility, but right now, I just don't know. And nobody does. So I wish I had better news for you. It's just too far out, Sydney. It's if it were to hit, it would be next Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So 9 days from now. Thank you very much, Cameron. About time we get a week of summer. You're right. It feels like midsummer, doesn't it? Gee. All right. Heat lightning. Oh, we're getting the heat lightning out there. I love heat lightning. A lot of folks have been checking in with the potential. We talked about this in the newscast tonight. I said, I bet you could see lightning from very far distances on a night like tonight. Um, Technically, there's no such thing as heat lightning, Jenny. A lot of folks were surprised. We talked about this summer, but everybody calls it heat lightning. What's happening is you are seeing thunderstorms in the distance, and you are just not hearing the thunder because light travels farther and quicker than the sound than sound does. So you're just not hearing the thunder, but you are seeing the lightning. So yeah, heat lightning. I love it. I can still call it heat lightning though too. No big deal. Come on, we can deal with this. I'm with you. We can deal with this. Just another round of storms, right? You're welcome, Scott. I'm living in Lewiston area during hurricane. I'm living in Lewiston, Auburn area. Stay safe out there during hurricane. So Brandon's he's already laid it on the line. We're getting a hurricane, I think. That's what he says. It's 9 days out. Consensus is the storm moves out to sea. It's worth mentioning. It's a low probability we get it, but we're overdue. We haven't had a major hurricane since 1954. And that sort of track, even over eastern Maine, that would not be like a Carol or anything like that. That would have to come up through southern New England for us to get that sort of damage that we got in Carol and Etna 2 weeks later. Imagine that. Imagine getting 2 hurricanes in 2 weeks. We did in 54. And yeah. Indian summer, Lee says. Yes, it is warm for September. Let's see here. All right. A lot of people saying they see the lightning up in Lewiston. All right. You're seeing the lightning from storms in Franklin County, about 30 to 40 miles away there, Steve. Crazy heat lightning. More heat lightning, Sharon. That's okay. I still call it heat lightning too, in Livermore. So you're just not hearing the thunder. You're seeing the lightning. Love to see that. Nothing in Rangeley yet. Terry says, thank you for the update. Hello, Wanda. Nice to see you on here. It's nice to see everybody check in. Thank you from Pittston. Hello, Lisa. All right, everybody's checking. All right, I think I got to everybody. Thank you very much. Let's see. All right, good question, Rebecca. If the hurricane were to track up in this area, when should we prepare? It's always good to prepare before a hurricane. A landfall, if we were to see any landfall either in northern New England, Bay of Fundy, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, it would probably be Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week. So we're talking a whole week down the road. So pretty far away. All right. No power in Rumford. What? What is happening in Rumford, Mexico? No power there? What is going on, Kaylee? Did you get a thunderstorm? I don't even think you did you? Did that line get through your area? Huh. That is, oh yeah, you might have just clipped you. Huh. So you got enough wind that you lost. Oh yeah, you developed right over you. I thought that was just north of you. Look at that develop over you right there. So it looks like you might have no power due to that thunderstorm. All right. Thanks for checking in, Kaylee. All right. So yeah, this is a pretty rugged line that has a lot of rainfall and it has some gusty winds associated with that. And as Kaylee is reporting, there is no power in Rumford. Huh. That's interesting. I could have sworn that was just north of Rumford, but it just clipped you. Looks like it wasn't that far off, I guess. Let's see here. Karen says, will be a good night for the window to be open. No, man. Yeah. If you don't have AC, open the windows. Yeah. It's overnight lows tonight will be in the 60s. It's not going to be a dry air mass. I don't know. If you have AC, crank it. It's one of those nights. It's humid still. Everybody's liking the lightning. Let's take a look at the lightning. I love this stuff. All right. So if you are seeing lightning, you're seeing it's from this cell right here, and it's in Franklin County. So this cell right here, Franklin and Somerset County, and there's a lot of lightning. Let's see, about 100 strikes, maybe. I was close, 86 strikes. And Farmington J area is getting a lot of that right now. Those of you up in Kingfield, further north, um, you're involved with that as well. And it's moving off to the east. Let's put this into motion. So slowly moving off to the northeast. We'll have to see if Waterville gets clipped by that little cell right there. Let's look at the radar. There it is. So that's the cell we're watching. And let's take a look at the hail tracker too while we're at it. This is nice to get updates. It's nice to get those updates as we do this here. All right, hail forecast. Oh, hang tight. We'll get this. Yeah, there's the chance. Hail forecast next 30 minutes or so. Yeah, there's the chance for some hail here in Franklin County and Somerset County. 1/2-inch diameter hail. Certainly a possibility in that setup. Let's slice the storm in half because we can do it. There we go. Yeah. All right. So this is a pretty rugged cell. All right. So that line that's moving just north of J into Farmington, that cell is up over 30,000 feet in elevation. So this is like a midsummer thunderstorm. And it's still up over 30,000 feet. Yeah, look at that. Let's try to get a little bit closer on that cell right there. Yeah, I wonder if one of these will pop a severe storm. That's possible. So from Strong to New Vineyard, those of you near Starks, Madison, it looks like that real intense one is just north of you in town Farmington, but you're next up with this cell that's moving into the Wilton and just out of Weld at this point, and that's a pretty good line right there as well. So at the very least, what you're looking at is very heavy rainfall and potentially a little bit of hail. That could be a little bit of hail. See this right here? See those darker reds? That's a shaft going up to about 20,000 feet. You're probably looking at the potential for a little hail mixed in with that one as well. And of course, there's a lot of lightning. So let's take a look at the lightning one more time. Yeah. And lightning tracker is picking up on all of the lightning up into Franklin, Somerset County. And there's a few more lines off to the west as well. All right. I think we've had enough fun tonight. Everybody having fun? NWS said no tornado threat for tomorrow. Is that true? There's not a no tornado threat. There's a slight possibility. I think it's very, very low. I was looking at some of the machine learning modeling, and there is the slight chance for a spin up. I think it's very, very low, though. Damaging wind and hail are the primary threats. So, yeah. Thought you said light snow in Green. Did I say light snow in Greenwood? I hope I didn't. Heat stinks. All right. Gene says heat stinks. I misspoke, Karen. I'm sorry. Hopefully I didn't say snow. I was talking about hail. Gosh, imagine if I said snow. All right. I think we'll end it there. There are 84 of you that hung on this long, and I appreciate it. Those of you just checking things out right now, thanks for clicking on the YouTube, the Twitter and Facebook. Probably a lot of you on Facebook right now, I would imagine. But this streams on all 3 social networks. And everybody's talking about the lightning. It's great to see that. And it's this line. I've been advertising all night. It's just north of Route 2. But as we talked from Kaylee right here, Kaylee says no power in Rumford, Mexico, which is right on Route 2. So almost just north of Route 2. How about along Route 2 and points north? That's our greatest chance. And tomorrow afternoon, we have thunderstorms moving in area wide. That extends through the evening. All right, we'll leave it at that. Take care, everyone. Have a nice night.